Test Prep Pundits, a synonym for success, and a home to top 1% scores. Congratulations to Gutha Mandala for achieving SAT score 1570, Farah Khalil 1540, Kunal Varma 1510, and many more top 1% scores. Join our Christmas SAT ACT free boot camp on December 23rd and 24th for high school grades 9 through 12, or middle school grades 7 through 8. Also win Visa gift cards. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us 844-383-7844. Visit us, www.testpreppundits.com.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూ జెర్సీలోని కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్లో మే 27, 28, 29, 2022 ఈ 3 రోజులు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. ప్రముఖ వ్యాఖ్యాత సుమా కనకాలతో పాటు మరెందరో సినీ రాజకీయ ప్రముఖులు విచ్చేయనున్నారు. అంతేకాదు ప్రముఖ గాయని గాయకులతో ఎస్పీబీకి ఘన నివాళి, కప్రిసియో బ్యాండ్ మరియు వైవిధ్యభరితమైన ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు ఆహుతులను అలరించనున్నాయి. ఆటలు పాటలతో సినీ తారలు, బుల్లితెర నటీనటులు, జానపద కళాకారులు అందరికీ ఇదే మా సాదర ఆహ్వానం. ఫర్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.tdaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం పడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
సిలికాన్ ఆంధ్ర మనబడి అమెరికాలో ACS వాస్క్ గుర్తింపు పొందిన ఏకైక తెలుగు విద్యాలయం.
TV Asia Telugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome. Happy Sankranti అండి. Sorry, I missed the New Year show, so Happy New Year also to all of you. Today's show is a very exciting show, but before we get to the show, Rahul Garu, thank you so much for being on the show today and talk show with our experts.
Thanks for inviting me, Garu.
Thank you, Rahul Garu. And this program has been brought to you by the Test Prep Pundits. Test Prep Pundits are home to the top 1% scores. They're offering 2 weeks of free SAT prep for high school and middle school students. Please visit their website for more details on the sign-up process. The program has been supported by movers.com and Malabar Jewelers as well. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BBTV, and Dish Network. Rahul Garu, before we get on to this topic for today, I have to urge you, Andy, we need to make a movie with the same name. Ameer paid to American green card. That's an awesome topic to start with. So, Rahul Garu, tell us why this topic for today and What are your thoughts on it? How is it going to change? How is it going to impact us? Is it going to impact us? What's happening, Andy?
The thinking process when people are in India is quite different, though. Even as an immigration lawyer, when I go to Ameer, the way they discuss the immigration is I have no clue what they're speaking about. Even when I go to my village, Arpirala, and they discuss, oh, don't you know that? This can be done. That can be done this way. So I just want, I just don't try to act as an immigration lawyer there, believe me, because they'll think that I have no clue about immigration. It's better that I don't speak and not speaking better in those things. One thing I suggest people who are coming from Ameerpet and the rest of the places too, we know why Ameerpet we picked is it's where a lot of these coaching centers are there. It's a education hub of Hyderabad. I mean, there are different places in Delhi, there are different places, and Pune, there are different places. But in Hyderabad, it happens to be Ameerpet. Later on, it may have moved now to Gachibowli, another area, but in general, Ameerpet. So what people need to be aware of it is that once you come into America, you will get a job. You will make $100,000 as a yearly salary. I have absolutely no doubt about you. So don't try to cut corners when you are trying to come from Ameerpet to America. The first thing that you need to understand is that pick a nice college. It's okay if the college tuition is higher. I know you may or may not, your family may not be able to afford. So what? The bank loan is going to go up a little bit. What a big deal. I mean, your dad is going to sell 1 acre. Not a big deal. You can buy it back. So what is important is if you pick a wrong college, the chances of you getting visa is less. Visa is less. And if once you come into United States also, if you graduate from a better college though, your prospects from getting a job is much higher. So instead of getting 80,000, you may be getting 120,000. That makes a lot of difference. So these are all counts, and always going to a better college is better. Don't try to look into, okay, this college has $2,000 less fees than the other. I'm going to pick the other one. Try to pick a better university and try to get a better scores in whatever things that you're doing, especially GRE and ILS and TOEFL or whatever not. Try to get as best a scores as possible. And that's the first advice that I give people in there. Now, if you're joining, there are two paths people choose from Ameerpet to America. One is student visa path. And this is the advice for them for the student visa. Once you come here, of course, you join us and the TV Asia will guide you the rest of the things. Now, if you're coming on a different path, there are two paths in coming on a work visa path. Mainly what people choose and which are mostly suited for most of the people who are from Ameerpet or anywhere nearby or who are, go to Ameerpet just to get more knowledge. Is the H-1B visa is one thing, and obviously L visa. So typically L visa means that the advantage of that is that there is no visa numbers available. You can apply for L visa at any point of time after you work for 1 year. But the catch point is that the company that you are working in India must have a branch office in the United States. That's the basic requirement. You must have worked for the company for at least 1 year. The L1B is a very, you have to have a very niche knowledge about a particular software. Let's say, for example, if the company is building a custom software, let's say for, Infosys is building a custom software for Walmart, HR. You are well aware of that particular HR product of Walmart, though. You definitely have a better aspects of coming here on L1B visa, though. As compared to just as a professional, you're coming to any program, coming to the Walmart through Infosys to the HR product. I'm just picking a company though. And you have worked on that product, you have more knowledge about it, your prospects will be very high. But if you're working on one product, you're trying to come back on a different product though, even though you may have a knowledge about that particular product, may not be that easy, especially for the L1B visa though. So that's one thing that people need to observe about the L1B visa. H1B technically doesn't require that you must work for the branch office for at least 1 year, but the catch point for the H1B is that you cannot get the H1B at any point of time. It's only in the month of March you have to apply, and the start date will be October. And there is a lottery system which you have only between 1/3 and 1/4 chance of getting into the country on H-1B. So typically for student visa people, it's quite higher because they get the master's degree, and when they apply for the H-1B, they have about more than 50% chance, and they get 3 to 4 chances of getting a H-1B if they are in a student visa here in the United States. Now, L1, you can come at any point of time, but you must have worked with the branch office. So you have to be very careful in picking up the companies if your path is to come into the United States, though. L1 is definitely a very good path now. The other people, but catch point is that you must have a branch office. Please notice that if you come on L1, if you want to move to any other visa, work visa, it may not be that easy though. Especially if you want to jump the ship from one company to another company, it's not that easy. But if you come on H-1B, definitely the path of jumping is much better though. Student visa, definitely you have much more flexibility. Once you come into the United States, you graduate, and you get a lot of options to pick the companies here because depending on the market conditions, I mean, right now, IT is the hot market. You graduated in master's degree in IT, I mean, you are going to get the job, period, unless you must be the dumbest person in the entire United States. I mean, that's about it, how it is. The job market right now for IT professionals, historically, it has never been so high, except in only some cases where in the wartime, the demand for soldiers were high, always. At the time of war, soldiers are to be sought for. Now, we don't have a war, but it looks like something like that. The people are needing the IT professionals much higher.
We need cyber soldiers.
So obviously coming into this country, there you go, maybe. So definitely student, if you're contemplating, should I go for student visa, it's going to be expenditure path. Should I go to the H1? Should I go to the L1 path though? To come and get yourself exposed and work in the United States for some period of time. Definitely, I would suggest people to come on F1 visa because it has more flexibility. And the other thing is that there are a lot of ifs and buts for you if you come on L1 or H1, but you may have an easy path to come F1. It may be expenditure. It may have a lot of expenditure involved in it, but believe me, guys, I mean, ask anybody who's been 5 years in the country who has a job, which everybody died. How much are they making? I mean, they won't tell you, but I'll tell you what. I see their salaries. It's $100,000. That's a big amount if you are in India. That may not be a big amount for the people here, but it is a big amount. So you will be able to get your money back if you come as student visa. That's my advice to the people who are trying to come out from America. Now, once you come here, though, try to look into, don't try to shortcut the things. Okay, I'm going to get salary more here. No, look into the one which is going to get you more fundamentals, more basics, where you have more chance of improvement. Don't try to get into a higher level job where you're not qualified. You may get fired there. I mean, that's not good for you. You have to pick a job that's more suitable to you and look into the long-term future. Don't look into the short-term future. Now, once you get the job, though, I strongly advise, whether it's a F1 visa, or on OPT you get a job, whether an L1 or H1B, try to look into the path green card ASAP. Do not wait for 3 years. Do not wait for 4 years. Do not wait for. It's a good investment. If the company is not paying you good also, it's still worth for you to stick with the company that applies for the green card rather than going to the company where you will only stay for a short period of time in United States and come back.
Okay. Rahul garu, also one thing to clarify, a lot of people are under the impression that if they do come on an L1 visa that they may not be able to apply for a green card. Can you just give us a little bit of information about that?
They can apply for a green card. However, there's a catch point. L1B is only valid for 5 years. Okay. As you know, Nitya Garu, that the process of green card takes more than 5 years. Correct. In other words, you have to maintain the non-immigrant status for more than 5 years. Correct. So what happens is that if you apply for the green card, you may not be able to continue an L1 visa. For the people who are coming on L1 visa, my suggestion is still apply for the green card. Please do. And try to apply for, you'll get 4 to 6 chances of applying for H1B. Mm-hmm. So you need to try to apply H1B with the company that you're working even though you are an L1B.
Got it.
Okay. Try to apply H1B, but first you apply the green card also, you apply the H1 also. Do both the things.
Okay.
These are very good investment options that I would tell. Now, this officially you cannot, you cannot pay the money, but you have to do certain sacrifices. That I consider as a money part, though. To work for lesser salary if if a company is giving you better benefits. So you may want to look into these aspects very carefully to plan a path of F1 and then H1 and the green card, but try to do the green card as soon as possible. And don't wait. If you are in OPT first year, if you're getting an option of filing H1B, do it first year. Some people are under the wrong impression. I mean, in an economic wise, it doesn't make any sense to me because they think, look, Rahul, I have to pay that extra social security taxes. I'll get that extra 6 points, whatever percent it is. No, you're going to lose the entire life. After 3 years, you don't get the lottery, you'll have to leave the country. There are a lot of drastic situations. Take the first shot that you get H1B. Don't wait.
Got it. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Thank you so much, Andy. And on that note, let's start taking our callers for today. And while we're taking our first caller, let's see. All right. Caller with phone number ending in 8982. We're ready for you. Caller with number ending in 8982. Hello.
Hi, Mr. and Rahul Garu.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Happy Sankranti.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Yeah, I have 3 questions, Rahul. I applied for H1B extension, and can I renew my driver's license using EAD, or is there any issue with that?
You're speaking GCEAD. Now your question is that if you use the GCEAD to apply for the driving license extension, would you be considered to have been married to the adjustment of status EAD? Is that your question?
Yes, Rahul.
Answer is no. You would not be considered to be married. You're still on H1B.
Yes. Okay. And as I applied for H1B extension, my wife is in India right now. And can she travel using EAD AP? My employer said we don't need to apply H4 for her.
He cannot apply for H4 for her. Can she travel in EAD and AP? Absolutely she can. But she would be considered to be married to the adjustment of status.
Okay. And it won't affect on my status, right?
No, it won't.
And my wife went around October end of the month, and can she stay more than 6 months over there, or is there any problem?
I would not recommend for her to stay that long at all, because she has, in a document of I-485, she has told the immigration that she wants to stay here permanently. Staying 6 months and long is not advisable for her.
At least 5 months is a fine, or?
I would recommend less than 4 months. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, and let's take this question. This is from Rav9. Says, I'm sponsoring an F2A consular processing. She lives in Canada, permanent resident. We need to consider processing time at a consulate located in Canada or India.
I am not aware of Canadian processing times at this point of time for the immigration visas, especially with the COVID changing the structure very frequently. I don't have an exact understanding of what's going on in Canada right now. They keep on canceling the family green cards and postponing interviews.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Rav. All the best. And let's take our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 1715. We're ready for you. 1715.
Hi, Rahul.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Rahul and Nitya.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Sir, please press *600 to unmute your line. Hello.
Hi, Rahul. Hello.
Hello, sir. Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Rahul and Nitya. Happy Sankranti. This is Rahul. And
thank you,
I have a question to Rahul. So basically, I have the priority date of 2011 June, and it's a downgraded application. I-140 is approved, and then the waiting for the line in the line. So my question is, I'm thinking to convert to the EAD. The only question that I have was during the renewal time. Suppose if it goes like more than 365 days, then what is the process? Because if I was an EAD, do I be like
I got the, so his question is, normally when the EAD is expiring, you can apply for the EAD extension within 180 days before the EAD expires, and he can continue working for 180 days after the EAD expires. So his question is, if the EAD extension will take more than 360 days, what will be the status of it? You cannot work, but you can stay in United States legally. Absolutely not a problem.
Okay.
But I'm just telling you, the extension time is not taking that much time. But if just over 1% of the time, if something happens, you can stay, but you cannot work.
Okay. Still the approval. I mean, I'm legally cleared. Still the decision is made, right?
That is absolutely right, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Next,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you so much.
That's
all right. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, I have a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Jack S. Says, received an RFE from the New Orleans field office on the 7th of December by postal mail service to submit evidence of a shared live together documents, which has been submitted on the 9th of December through UPS overnight service. However, I didn't get any updates online. Either RFE sent or RFE received after my biometric was completed. Please suggest if I need to resubmit, how long will USCIS take to make the final decision on our case?
You can chat with Emma to see if they have received the RFE. Okay. Typically, though, if the online status does not reflect that it's been received, you can always resubmit the documents again, though. But normally in the local office, though, it doesn't say that. That you have submitted, though. Local office doesn't have the system to say. They will issue an RFE, you submit it, there's no way the system will say it. So if you have evidence of the express mail or the UPS and everything, you should be fine. But if you're still uncomfortable, jittery, make another copy and submit it. Not a big deal. But chat with Emma before you do anything to see if the Emma can give you information and say, hey, they received it. The second option that I would recommend people is that nowadays there is something called FOIA USCIS. You get faster information through that. Surprisingly, it used to take about 3 to 4 months before for us to get an FOIA. Nowadays, it's only taking about 3 weeks. So you can submit something called FOIA USCIS. You go to Google and search it, and then you can fill an online application. It takes only 10 minutes, and the filing fees is free. There is no fees. And then you'll get the information. You can see if your living together documents are there or not. Let's go to the caller.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with the phone number ending in 0121.
Yeah, Rahul Garu. Hey, Nicha Garu. This is Venu.
Hello, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Venu.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I have applied for my AOS in the month of October 2021, and I got approval by end of the year. I got a green card by end of the year. Now my question is it okay if I change the employer by February 1st week?
Did you file in October 2021 or you filed in October 2020?
I filed in October 2021. I got approval in 3 months.
I just want everybody 3 months. Yes, this is not rare case, guys. We have seen the same thing. I just want him to repeat what he said. Yeah, you filed in October 2021 and you got the green card in 2021. Do you have any restriction in moving out of the company? Once you get the green card, no 180-day rule. No 180-day rule from the time of filing. Once you get the green card, you are free. You can flip a burger in McDonald's. You can be a Microsoft CEO. You can be a lawyer like me. Or you can sit at home and do nothing. You cannot.
So there will not be any further questions. Sorry to interrupt you. Like there will not be any further after 4 years or 5 years.
No further questions. No problems. No problem with the citizenship. No problem anywhere. So
Okay. But I see somewhere in online it shows that there will be some bad faith, something like that.
They have to tell me, in the million people that got the green card, has there any problem? You ask them the question, they will never say yes. I don't know where they come from. Okay. My online forum where I put it in, it doesn't say that. Okay. You are good to go.
Okay.
The 180 days from the time of filing the 485 is not applicable for you because you already got the green card.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Let's take our next caller. And Rahul Garu, there's a question for you. This is from Ram. Says, my EB3 I-140 amendment is pending from the previous employer. Can I interfile with the recently approved EB2 with my current employer who's different from my previous? Rahul Garu? Sorry.
Oh, so his 485 is... Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we can hear you, Rahul Garu.
So his 485 was being filed with a different employer. So can he interfile with the current employer, EB2?
Correct.
Absolutely can. No problem with it.
Okay, awesome, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 9934. We're ready for you. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Caller with number ending 9934. Hello, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, Reddy sir. I have a question.
Sure.
I came to the US in 2018, July, and I filed for I-140 in Jan of 2019, and it went through an RFP, and I got. I came on L1A to better.
Did you say the I-140 has been approved or not? I didn't hear the answer.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
Let me just complete, sir. So I applied in Jan 2019.
No, you said the RFP, and after that?
Yeah, in 2019 Jan I applied. I got an RFP. It got approved in October 2019. Okay. Then I became current in October 2020. I applied for AOS, EAD, AP, everything together. That time my lawyer said the entity that you came in.
Unable to hear you, sir.
Sorry.
Can you repeat that again, please?
Yeah, so when
the entity that you came
AOS,
in.
Yeah, the entity that I came in no longer exists. So I have to, for my EOS, AP, and EOS, AP, and EAD for that those forms to be processed.
Okay, you're good.
I have to I have to reprocess.
You have to refile the I-140. So what did you refile the I-140?
Yeah, I did all of that. So I refiled I-140 in October 2020. So now what has happened is I got EAD AP through expedite request because I had a family emergency. My AOS and my new I-140.
I'm really getting problem with your communication. And also, you said that the I-485 cannot be filed because the entity has changed, and the company lawyers told that you have to file an I-140 again. Is that I-140 filed again? Did you file an I-140 again?
Yeah.
When did you file the second I-140?
Along with my EAD, AP, AOS in October
of 2020. Okay. So you filed the second I-140 and second I-140 and first 485 in October 2020. Go ahead now.
Yeah.
So what's your question?
So my I-140 is pending for more than 14 months. I tried to file an SR. They said.
What is your question? What is your question?
So my question is, sir, like my I-140 is out of processing time. They're not doing anything about it. And because my I-140 is pending, I'm pending 485.
So what is your question to me? I don't understand. You made a statement, but what is the question to me?
So, like the wait is more than right now. What could be the timeline that I can get my green card?
Thank you. So what you're telling is that how to expedite the I-140 process, how to expedite the 485 process. Right now, if it's out of processing time, your lawyer can raise a service request on I-140. You cannot. That's the best.
They did it. Yeah, they did it.
It
is pending for 6 weeks, and I didn't get a response. They didn't get a response.
They don't give a response. They don't give a response. The only thing you can do is sue the USCIS, and that can be only done by the company, not you.
And my 485 depends on the I-140, new I-140.
Your 485 cannot. Your 485 cannot be approved until I-140 is approved.
Okay, and any other way to expedite?
Nothing. If I know an easy way, this is just for not only him. If I know an easy way to expedite the I-140s, I-485s, EADs, and advanced paroles, green cards, guys, my line will be all the way from Houston to Dallas, where my office is in Houston. No, I don't have a method to expedite other than what I told you. Okay.
All right.
And anybody else have anybody is trying to contact me, tell Rahul, can you expedite mine? Please don't, you will not be fruitful. Sorry about that.
All right, sir. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next call. Yeah, and we have a question for you. This is from PD. Says, spouse and me on H1B applied EB3 AOS in October of 2020. Spouse is the primary. Refiled AOS in November of 21. I am primary. Spouse has to take a break from employment. Do we need to apply an H1B for him or her?
Since she has already filed the 485 application as a dependent though, if she's taking a break though, I would rather want to withdraw the first adjustment of status completely though.
Oh, okay.
Go and rely on the second 485.
Second one, okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller ending. Caller with phone number ending in 5435. Number ending in 5435. Ready for you?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Nitya. Hi, Rahul. Happy New Year and Happy Shankranti.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, so I had actually called up earlier too. So this is regarding my adjustment of status. I'd applied for adjustment of status in October 2020, and it was approved. But my priority date is not yet current. So the question I have is,
you need to contact the lawyer. You need to contact the lawyer privately though, because there are questions that I cannot address it in the television.
Right. Okay, I understand that. But so the question I have is, if I want to change my job, do I still need to file a I-485J supplement?
If you don't mind, can you repeat what I said to you before?
Oh, okay. Yeah, consult attorney. That's what you said. Yeah.
I cannot speak in front of the thousands of people. Okay. Thank you then.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. And for those of you who are listening, we all know Rahul Garu usually doesn't advise needing another session with an attorney unless it's really, really necessary. So for all of you calling in, if he does say to you that, it's better to consult a lawyer, then please know that he's very serious about that. All right, on to our next caller, Andy, and we have a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Nikhil Gandhi. Says, have you seen an example of any approvals in EB2 even when applied under EB3 in October of 2020, as the EB3 date was current but now retrogressed and EB2 has become current, either with or without interfiling?
Only one. It's published on immigrationgirl.com. You can see that what date has been approved. Only one. Okay. Can they do it? Do they have an authority to do it? They do have an authority to do it.
Oh, okay.
Do they do it commonly? No, they do not do it commonly. Is it illegal for them to do it? No. Is it like the way the previous gentleman was saying that, my priority date is not current, I got the green card. Is it the same problem for you? No, it's not the same problem for you. Do you have to be worried about it because you got the green card under EB2, even though you applied in the EB3, but you have an I-140 in the EB2. So absolutely you're in good shape. No problem with it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 4203. Caller
Hello,
with phone
Nitya
number
Garu,
ending.
Garu.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking my call.
Sure.
So, as you know, a lot of our viewers have a pending 485, and some of them are in the initial stages, and some people have completed biometrics. But if they have to travel to India and stay there for 2 or 3 months due to family emergency, and if their green card gets approved in the meantime, what is the process, sir? Do they have to file any paperwork? I think you said you have to withdraw your AP, right? Yeah.
Wait. I didn't say that. First of all, let's understand your question is very good though. So there are many scenarios where you will be under 485. First thing is that if the advance parole is approved, and if you go to India and your green card is approved though, you will have no problem, none whatsoever at all, for you to come back on the advance parole. No problem. They will take you to a different room. They will process you differently. But have I seen any problem? No. There's an official policy for them to allow people to come on advance parole, even though the green card is approved and you don't have it in your hand. Number one scenario. Number two scenario, if you have a H1B or H4 stamp in the passport, or you're going for stamping and you got the stamping done. If your green card is approved, and if you're planning to come back on a H1B, even though your green card is approved, we had no problem. Couple of people that have come to this TV show, we did advise previously that you can come back on H4 and H1, no problem at any point of time. Now comes the third scenario, that if you don't have an advance parole, if the green card is approved and you don't have a H1B and H4 stamp in the passport, you may have a problem.
Okay, sir. So basically, if your H1B stamp...
Now, you may have a... You may have, here is a problem for the particular people though. If your green card is approved, and you can even take the green card approval notice to the consulate, they will give you a stamping. But some of the situations, what happens is that the main applicant, H1B guy, gets the green card approved. The H4 person doesn't get. That's when the problem comes. But if the whole family gets a green card, not a problem.
Okay, sir. Sir, so what about if the lawyer
in your situation, what? Yeah, if the lawyer ships a green card, if your lawyer ships a green card, you can travel on the green card. Absolutely no problem with it.
Okay, so that is the preferred solution, right? You can ask the lawyer to ship to India, and then you can come back. Even
if your mail is accessed by your neighbor, open the mail and the neighbor ships it, absolutely not a problem. Because green card normally goes to the employee, not to the lawyer. But absolutely no problem. If you ship it, you can come out.
Okay, so that is even after your H1B stamp is approved in the consulate, that won't override your green card approval.
If the H1B is stamped though, I wouldn't even bother coming on the green card. You can come on H1B, they will not create any problem.
Okay, sir, but then you have to go to Mexico and come back again like that, right? To validate your status.
No.
Okay.
No. You don't have to do it. No, right.
Okay,
and make sure that you take the green card approval with you, because when you come on the H1B, they know that the H1B is not valid, but they will still allow you to enter. You show the green card approval, okay? Approval is not the green card. Of course, if you have the green card, that's fine. 79, the online approval status, that's enough for you to come back.
Okay, so it's not the one that they send to the lawyer. It's the one that you must just print online and take it to them. Okay.
That's fine. That's more than enough for them.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate it.
All right, so thank you so much for calling, Andy.
One catch point I want to tell is that if the green card is approved for the main applicant, the main applicant can either come on H1B or green card, not a problem.
Okay.
Sometimes what is happening is that the main applicant gets a green card approval. So the main applicant can either come on a green card or an H1B. But how would the H4 come?
Correct.
because the H4 doesn't have an advanced parole. Dutch 4 may be in trouble. That's the scenarios where we are ending up into trouble.
Got it.
Just want
so
to.
what are some of the options for people and in that case for the H4s?
In that scenario, I would in that rare scenarios, they should consult a lawyer.
Okay, yeah, good to know. All right, thank you. So guys, stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll be back after a quick.
Test Prep Pundits, a synonym for success, and a home to top 1% scores. Congratulations to Gutha Mandala for achieving SAT score 1570, Farah Khalil 1540, Kunal Varma 1510, and many more top 1% scores. Join our Christmas SAT ACT free boot camp on December 23rd and 24th for high school grades 9 through 12, or middle school grades 7 through 8. Also win Visa gift cards. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844. Visit us, www.testpreppundits.com.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూ జెర్సీలోని కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్ లో మే 27, 28, 29, 2022 ఈ 3 రోజులు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. ప్రముఖ వ్యాఖ్యాత సుమా కనకాలతో పాటు మరెందరో సినీ రాజకీయ ప్రముఖులు విచ్చేయనున్నారు. అంతేకాదు ప్రముఖ గాయని గాయకులతో ఎస్పీబీకి ఘన నివాళి, కప్రిసియో బ్యాండ్ మరియు వైవిధ్యభరితమైన ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు ఆహుతులను అలరించనున్నాయి. ఆటలు పాటలతో సినీ తారలు, బుల్లితెర నటీనటులు, జానపద కళాకారులు అందరికీ ఇదే మా సాదర ఆహ్వానం. ఫర్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.tdaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
సిలికాన్ ఆంధ్ర మనబడి అమెరికాలో ACS VASC గుర్తింపు పొందిన ఏకైక తెలుగు విద్యాలయం. మీ పిల్లలను 2021-2022 తరగతులలో చేర్పించండి. తరగతుల నమోదు ప్రారంభమైనది. సెప్టెంబర్ 11, 2021 నుండి తరగతులు ప్రారంభం. మనబడిలో చేర్పిద్దాం, తెలుగు భాష నేర్పిద్దాం. మరిన్ని వివరాలకు సంప్రదించండి manabadi.siliconandhra.org, info@manabadi.siliconandhra.org, 1844-626 బడి.
Welcome back, viewers. Let's continue with our callers and questions. But before we get to our callers, Andy, let's take our caller. And in the meantime, Rahul Garu, one question I did want to ask you was about the Feb visa bulletin, Andy. Will they take final action dates or filing dates for the Feb bulletin?
Oh, good question, Andy. We just got the information. They're going to take the filing dates for the employment, which is very good news, though. Okay. Normally, Nitya Garu, they normally take October, November, and sometimes until December. But this is a rare time. They have taken the filing dates from October, November, December, January, and February, which is very good. Nice. So in this one, though, the filing dates have moved from July to September of 2013 for EB2, which is a good news.
Okay, okay. So we're seeing a change in trend also, not just...
Yes, administration has changed. Now the Department of State head has changed. So things have changed. And Nitya, one other thing is that we are seeing a pattern of approval, though. Okay. When we compare, as we have already pointed out before to our audiences, how many cases got adjudicated in the first 3 quarters, though? Mm-hmm. In the first 3 quarters of last year, they adjudicated less than 75, approximately around 75,000 applications were being adjudicated, though. Okay. In the last quarter, they adjudicated 86,000 green cards, though.
Wow, okay.
Now, they didn't publish the first quarter at this point of time, but we are publishing our information online at immigrationgirl.com. Okay. So you can watch it. We will update it every week. How many green cards from one lawyer's desk are getting approved in our office? So you can see the trend in there, the amount of green cards that are getting approved. For example, in last year, March, April, we didn't used to see much approvals at all. You're seeing a lot of approvals right now. So which is actually a good thing. They may be able to use the 290,000 green cards. If that happens, we may see some improvement in the priority date, especially in October of 2022. We may see some movements in the filing action dates and final action dates. Maybe beyond 2014, maybe 2015. We may see that if they adjudicate the 290,000. And you may already know that we may get extra green cards because of the Omicron next year also for us, extra other than 140,000 green cards.
Wow, that is exciting and interesting, Andy. Rahul Garu, based on the way the numbers are trending, what is your forecast, Andy, in terms of like this first quarter, how many green cards do you think are going to be approved?
When we looked into the trend, though, we see somewhere between 50,000 to 60,000. Now, this is from one lawyer's desk we picked.
Okay. Right.
We randomly picked a lawyer in our office who does the 485, said, let's see what goes on with you. And then we looked into all the numbers of the last year's first quarter, and which was approximately around, last year's first quarter was 27,000 green cards that were approved in the first quarter. So when we looked into the trend, though, we got more approvals this year, way more approval this year in the first quarter. Based on that, we may be expecting about 50,000 adjudicated in the first quarter.
Interesting. Wow,
if they go in that pace or even a little bit better pace, we may be able to use the entire 290,000.
Yeah. I was just going to say that, Andy. That sounds very promising if that's the way it's going to work. All right. On that promising note, let's take our next caller. Caller with the phone number ending in 6766. We're ready for you now.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Rahul Garu and Nitya Garu.
Hello,
How are you?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Happy January 14th.
Thank you, sir. Wish you the same.
Okay, my question is, we have applied for H4 extension and it has not been approved yet. Whether we have received the RFE for the extension because single application was filed for my wife and the child, and who will be aging out in 2023 Feb. So they are saying that it has to be the wife also will get the shortest period when the child is also getting aging out.
That is right.
So is that
right?
That is right. So
That is right. That is right. Get it right now until February 2023 and file the day you get an approval. File one more H4 for your wife.
Okay. Or we can we file a separate application for my son and my wife?
No, right now, get the approval, request them to get until February 2023. Okay? And then immediately, next day, file a H4 for your wife. As soon as you get the approval for your wife, you file an H4 until your H1B expires. The question is, can you file more than 6 months before the expiration of the H4? The answer is simply yes, you can.
Okay, got it. And any can we do anything regarding my elder son who is already aged out and he is in the final semester of the final year, but the application is stuck at the Texas?
You mean to say H4 or what is pending?
No, F1. F1. I'm talking about the elder son.
There is nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do to expedite. People can try the service request. People can try the congressman. People can try the ombudsman. Most of these methods are not working properly, but there is nothing I have.
Okay. No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Sorry, sir. Thank you so much for calling in, Andy. All the very best. Let's take our next caller, and we have a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Yes When. Says, hi Rahul Garu, I applied for my 485 and attorney is Fragoman. I-140 approved, no EAD or advanced parole. AOS is still under process. I want to change my employer. New employer attorney is also Fragoman. How will that impact me?
I wish I was Fragaman.
Who is Fragaman, Andy? Like, I'm sorry.
They are the number one immigration law firm in the United States.
Okay.
Let's say we have about 20, 22 lawyers in our office. They have 1,000 lawyers, and all of them practice immigration law. They do have clients like Facebook, YouTube, Apple, Tesla, and some other companies.
Wow.
So I wish I was Fragment. So anyway, coming to the point though, we do not have a professional conflict though. Our ALA, Immigration Lawyers Association, is very clear that if you are moving from, let's say, Facebook to Google, and if I happen to be the same lawyer for Facebook, Google, they said that we are under no professional obligation to inform Facebook that you're moving to Google.
Oh.
So Fragaman follows these things. They don't do any, they don't have any conflict, and they will not, you will not have any confidentiality problem if you contact Fragaman. Moving from one Fragaman company to another Fragaman company, you will not have any problem in confidentiality. However, the second lawyer that you will be dealing with Fragaman will be a different lawyer than the first lawyer, obviously. That's the only difference.
Okay, but it will be the same firm. Interesting.
Same firm.
But does it work this way with all lawyers only, or is it not necessary?
It works with all lawyers.
Works with all lawyers. Okay, good to know.
It's works with all lawyers.
Awesome. Thank you, Rahul.
Fragaman. There's also another company called Berry Appleman. That's another company that are more. Yeah, these are two more popular law firms, immigration law firms.
Yeah, I think they did mine, Berry Appleman.
You must be working for a big company.
Was keyword. Yeah. All right. Let's take our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 3936. We ready for you now?
Hi, Rahul Garu and Nitya. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So the question is, I have filed my green card EAD in September. My husband is the primary. Currently, I'm working in healthcare. I'm on H4 EAD, which is expiring next month. Is there any way I can request an expedite as a healthcare worker on my GC
Absolutely.
EAD?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can apply the EAD expedited for healthcare workers is for H4, and also GC EAD or any other kind of EAD you are eligible for. In this case, you are eligible for GC EAD, you can request, and that's working very, very, very perfectly.
Wow.
Oh, thank you, sir. So is there a procedure? Should I just call them and start expediting?
Yes, just the same thing what they have published on the internet. If you follow that, that is enough. You don't have, I do not recommend that you hire a lawyer for expediting this. Absolutely not.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, sir.
All the very best, ma'am. Thank you for calling.
Make sure you keep the documentation that you're working for healthcare, what department, what particular section, how you're being useful in the healthcare. Just have them ready if they ask more questions about it, and never give any wrong answers to them under any conditions.
Okay.
Let's go to the next one.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Andy, and then I have a question for you. This is from Nanush Raja Rao. Says, is the Dropbox valid for those who changed their visa from F2 to H1 in USA but never traveled to India?
Good question. The Dropbox is, if you ever got a visa stamping in India, you are going back, even if your visa stamp has expired 10 years ago, even if you're going for a different visa stamping, you are eligible for the Dropbox. This is only available from January 1st of 2022 to December 31st of 2022, thanks to the Biden administration.
Okay.
We don't know if it's going to continue afterwards, but for now we are good. You are eligible for Dropbox.
Awesome. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Reddy. Caller with phone number ending in 9197. We're ready for you. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Caller with phone number ending in 9197. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Hi Rahul Garu, hi Nitya Garu. I have a question on H4 extension only. So we filed H4 extension in June of 2021. Still we have not heard anything, any response. I created a service request and all, but nothing happening. So I don't know how long my wife and my kid can stay here. Still, their I-94 expired in October 31st, 2021.
When is your H1B expiring?
Okay, when I applied H1 and H4 together, my H4 got extended until 2024.
If your wife and your child who applied for extension can stay until 2024 unless the H4 is denied, which I'll be very surprised. So there is no limit. There is no limit that they can only stay for 180 days from October. And some people are under the assumption that they can only stay until 240 days. No, that is not true. Your wife and your child can stay for as long as the H4 is adjudicated, only with one condition, that your H1 is still valid, which you told me that it's valid until 2024.
Yes,
okay?
Sir. Yeah. Thank you. And follow-up question, sir. Sorry. I got another opportunity. I'm doing within the same city, within the same employer. Everything is same, but different client. Within 10 miles, actually 8 miles from current location to the another location. But my lawyer, they're saying that they need to do the amendment. So when they do the amendment, will that be like, I don't know, they will be applying, they will be adjudicated until 2024. I don't know, amendment is good or I don't know. I said, why you amendment, like that, within same city and within 8 miles from previous location to the current work location. But lawyer is saying that they need an amendment. Is it right, sir? Or I don't know.
It depends on a lot of different circumstances. If the position has changed, if the position has not changed, though, the lawyer might be making the money on your employer's expenditure. That's the only thing logic I can think about. But as of you are concerned, though, amendment normally when they file either for 2024 or even beyond that time. They never file. I mean, I would not find any lawyer who would file lesser than 2024. And your wife's H4 and your child's H4 will not be affected with this amendment. They're in good shape. Should not be any trouble. Okay?
There will not be any trouble. Okay, sir. So I don't know what amendment will be like same H1 extension, sir?
I don't know. I have to look into the circumstances why they are doing it. If the job things falls into the same, if I'm your lawyer, I will not do the amendment. But I'm not your lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot.
Oh,
okay.
I wish you can. Thank you, Garu, and thank you so much, Nitya Garu.
Thank you,
Andy. Bye.
Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right, let's take our next caller. Rahul Garu, I have a question for you. This is from Nikita K. She says, I'm aged out and my H4 to F1 is still pending. I'm supposed to graduate this May. Can I graduate and can I apply for my master's program?
Can I apply for the master's student though? You definitely can do it, but you are going to lose the OPT and STEM extension that you will be getting for the degree though. Because if you graduate and your F1 is not approved by that time, you will not get the OPT. That's my problem. So you will graduate and you will move into master's and you will get an F1 approval later on though, but then you lost the OPT and a STEM extension that you normally get. So if you're not planning to work, if you just want to do the master's degree, it may be a better option for you to graduate and get to the master's degree. But if you want to avail that OPT and STEM extension, it's a bad idea to graduate right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense. All right, thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 7898. We ready for you?
Hello, good evening, Nitya Garu. Good evening, Rahul Garu.
Hello, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello, Andy. Good evening, Andy. Happy Sankranti.
Happy Sankranti.
Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you. Japan, sir.
My initial 140 was in EB2. Last year, my lawyer amended my 140 from EB2 to EB3. My priority date is current in EB2 right now. So what are my options, Rahul Garu?
There are, so did you maintain the non-immigrant status still?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you say your I-140 is up? Yeah. Did you say your I-140 underlying I-140 is approved or is still pending?
It is approved.
The EB3?
Yes, sir.
It's a very hard choice. And what is your priority date you said? What is your priority date?
July 2012, sir.
July 2012. Okay, I see that. It's a very hard choice to make whether you should do the interfiling or refiling. If you do the interfiling, the advantages is that it's cost less money. It takes less time for you to do it. Your lawyer can just say, hey, here is I-140 approval my client has for EB2. Consider the 485 under EB2 instead of EB3 and give my client the green card. That's what we said in interfiling. We charge, some administrative charges for us to do it. There's not much there for a lawyer to look into.
140, sorry, Rahul Garu, but 140 was amended. So is that previous 140 still I can go ahead and use?
So when you say amended, they filed it as an amendment, not as a new application?
Yes, sir. It was an amendment.
Why did they do that? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, he said that was the best way to go ahead and do it.
No.
At that time, he was saying that is the only option. The USCIS will accept it.
No, we know all these people. Okay. Then you don't have much option of interfiling or refiling. If you want to do, then you're to file an I-140 again, and then you do either refiling or interfiling. But you don't do it before your I-140s get filed. A lot of people, they said, you need to understand these people, I don't know where they come from. They said you can't do amendment. They will deny all the 485 applications. We were there in TV Asia at that time. We said very clearly that you can do amendment. You should do amendments. You should only do amendments. I don't know why these lawyers didn't listen to us. Maybe they should watch our TV Asia too. But right now, you should definitely refile an I-140 application because they filed it as an amendment.
Right. Thank you, sir. Follow-up question on 140. When I do 140, do I have to do an like an amendment again, or is it a new one?
No amendment again. New application. Don't do the mistake again. You can do on the new application. No problem with it.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for answering
sir.
the question. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Rahul Garu, there's a question for you. This is from Naveen Alavilli. It says, is it possible to get back to H1B if the adjustment of status EAD renewal is pending after 180 days?
Yes, it is. All you need to do is file a H1B and the premium processing. You have to go for stamping out.
So, Rahul Garu, sorry, yeah. Just put this on mute. I'm sorry, Rahul Garu. Do you mind repeating that, Andy?
They can file the H1B.
Okay.
But they cannot work even if it's approved though, because the H1B cannot be filed, the change of status, because there is no change of status from adjustment of status to the H1B. So they can file a consular processing and people can go outside the country and get the H1B stamping and come back. And nowadays people are eligible for Dropbox, so that option is clear there for them.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with the phone number ending in 5629. We're ready for you. Caller with phone number ending in 5629, Andy. Please press *6 to unmute your line, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Happy Pongal, both of you.
Happy Pongal, sir.
So I have a few questions for Rahul, sir. So,
sir, you're not very clearly audible. Can you repeat that, please?
Okay. I have a few questions. So regarding that, I want to talk. So I had been here since 15 years. So in this, when I changed few companies after 2017, when I changed from company A to company B, the start date was like 31st is the last date in the previous A company A, and I went to company B. So they gave a start date as 1st of next month, but somehow it delayed, like there is a 10 days gap in between. Will it
is
be
it the 10 days gap in filing the application, or is it the 10 days gap in after you see the approval though?
No. The thing what happened is August 24th they filed the LCA. My start date on the other company is September 1st, but somehow the other end client, they delay the project. So my start date is at September 11th. In these 10 days, there is no pay stub.
Which year is that?
Will it be
Which year is that?
2017.
Let me tell you, if for people of this kind of small little concerns that you have, okay, 99.9% of the time, nothing is going to happen. Unless you pick and choose a wrong lawyer who's going to make a big deal out of it and bang you out of with the money. That's the simple answer that I have. Though I would say, if we, and by the way, for you though, since you're telling it's after 2017, there is a clear exemption that there can be a gap of 60 days of unemployment from company A to company B. So if it is September of 2017, the law came into picture in January of 2017. And you're telling September of 2017, there is a 60-day period there too. So in that way also your exemption, even if it's before also, I would not keep on pointing out. If we pick up a client and if we are going to keep asking everything very, very, very closely to the niche details, to the every last thing, 98% of the people will not get a green card, guys. There will be some small issues like that. Don't make it a big deal, okay? In your case, you're absolutely clean, no problem with it. I wouldn't even touch you that 99.9, you're actually 1,000 times very good, no problem with it.
So in this only what happened is, in September I tried to change the company and it went up to next year, August, the H1 transfer got denied. Then I went to the previous employer who did not revoke my H1. So in October first week I went there. Like there is like a 45 days gap in between. So I don't have a pay stub during that time also. So I don't know, is it also okay or not?
That's fine. That's fine too. That's fine. Because you're still 60 days from company A to company B. From company B to company A, there is a 60 days. I don't see any problem there.
So right now I got the EAD also, and I got H1 extension around 2019, separate one. And in EAD also, no RFE, I did not get anything. So can I do, I want to change to another company as a full-time role. My EB3 also got approved in September 2021.
Sounds good. So yeah, you can.
So is there any complications whether I go to on AC21? Can I go to a newer company later? After
if I were you, I would. If I were you, I would.
So like the H1 small gaps and all.
You told me that. You told me
they won't
that.
be looking, or they won't be looking, or they will again look about the H1 of the older company.
Very rarely. Very rarely they will look into it. Okay.
And will there be any problem if I have two W2s? Like my company lawyer is saying that you cannot have two W2s. So will there be any problem in case if
what do you mean two W2s?
Two W2s.
You mean to say on the GCEAD, can you do two jobs?
Right.
Is that what your question? Absolutely, you can. Your company lawyer has a problem. I don't have a problem. Your company lawyer might have a problem. Wait. See, the company lawyer may have a conflict of interest there. So if you are working for my client and you're telling me that you're also working for the other client, I may be under obligation to inform you that, hey, that's not a nice thing to do because you're cheating my client. But if I'm as an independent lawyer, I'll say you can have two W2s.
Okay.
You see the problem there? It's a lawyer might have a conflict.
Yeah, okay.
I don't see a problem.
Fine,
on GCEAD, we said very clearly you can have multiple jobs. You will not have any problem in getting a green card, sir.
Yeah, I just started using it, GCEAD, since last month. So, I mean, anyway, I already had few troubles with H1. So, I just wanted to be. Okay, then.
Thank you,
a lot.
sir.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take
Nitya,
our next
can we
caller.
put something like if somebody doesn't want to, they want to do the extra job and then they don't want to take the money, can we both?
I'm signing up, Auntie. You know, for
I'm
all
in
our
front of you,
viewers,
okay?
please, if you have way too much money and would like to donate the rest, please send it
I'm
our
better
way.
than Nitya. Please put me first and Nitya next.
You're the main person with the content. So yes, Rahul Garu gets priority, but whatever else is left, I'm there for it, you know. So please.
There is called concurrent H1B. People can work for multiple jobs. And GCEADs, if they want to get the non-immigrant status out, they can work for multiple jobs. And they can work for many, many jobs on GCEAD, not just two guys. Let's go to last.
Feel free to work for us, Andy, please. You know. All right. Next caller and next question, Rahul Garu. This is from Abdul Qayyum Muhammad. Says, hi Rahul, I wanted to apply for a green card petition for my parents. The question is, how much time does it take for approval? And should I apply for both my parents or just my father and make my mother a dependent or list my mother as a dependent?
First thing is that I'm assuming that he's a US citizen. And no, you cannot file father and make the mother dependent. You have to file two separate applications. Nitya Garu, I want people to understand very carefully the next thing what I'm going to be speaking around.
Okay.
There are two ways in applying the green card for the US citizen parents, the children who are US citizen who are about 21. When they're applying for the parents, there are two ways. If they are in United States, the process is very simple. It will take about 1.5 years to 2 years green card. For a period of 1 year, they cannot travel. They will simply get the green card, no problems though. Now, the other way around is that if they are outside the country, if you apply for the green card, it may take 2 to 3 years. In the interim period, at the time when you apply for the green card, in that 2 to 3 years, they cannot visit this country. The reason why they cannot visit this country is, Nitya Garu, is that since you said that your parents want to be a green card holders, they are saying that I am coming only on a visiting visa. There is a conflict of information. They may be put under deportation proceeding and send them back.
Okay.
So now comes the tricky question here. Can some parents travel on a B2 visa?
Mm-hmm.
And can you, as a US citizen, file the green card once they come here? They cannot travel for the purpose of getting the green card.
Okay.
They can travel in general. Once they come into United States, they can change their idea to immigrate. That's perfectly all right.
Okay.
But at the time when they are embarking in India and flying into United States, they should not have intention to file the green card. Then people will say, how would they know your intention? Well, many different ways. The WhatsApp communications, the email communications, and some people come here on a one-way ticket and they, hey, why are you coming on one way?
Yeah.
I'm going to apply for the green card. Okay, put you on the deportation, put you in the jail for 2 days and then send them back. So they should not, and some people are bringing the birth certificates, this certificate, that certificate, and then they look into where to bring, I'm going to apply for the green card. So you should not have any intention. You know, how many times parents come in, why are you hurrying it? Let them come here, let them make a decision afterwards. Then people tell me and ask me a question. Oh, I don't have this certificate. I don't have this certificate. Look, I have a Brahmastra, Nitya Garu, okay, especially for the parents.
Okay.
When any documentation is not clear, that it's whether it's your mother or your dad, and there is no clear documentation. I have a Brahmastra. I use it when I am in a very dire situation. I'll make the clients pay for it. So it's going to cost $400.
$400 is nothing to bring our parents here.
Wait. But when I use it, the USCIS lays on the ground and flat and says, Rahul, your green cards are approved. And I will tell you the secret of this one, Nitya Garu. Secret of this one, okay? Don't tell anybody. It's called a DNA test. DNA test. So when they are doubting, it's your parents or not, I shoot them with a DNA test. Now what can they say? Oh, this DNA from authorized USCIS doctors, DNA test.
Wow.
Boom, that's it, they approve. Guys, don't tell this to anybody.
This is more like a kaboom, auntie, not even just a boom. Oh, wow. All right, guys, don't tell anyone else, okay? Especially if they're watching any shows on any other channels, do not tell them, okay? Make sure they come here to watch our show and only then you can share this information. But that's good to know, Rahul Garu. This is something that I know a lot of us struggle with, including me. So I'm waiting to, get to see my parents also very soon. So for all of you waiting out there, Rahul Garu just revealed his Brahmastram. So, make sure we use it to the best of our abilities. All right. On to our next caller, caller with phone number ending in 7163. We're ready for you now. 7163. Hello? Caller with phone number ending in 7163. All right. Rahul Garu, I have a question for you. This is from Meera Sahib Sheikh. Says, we got the EAD advanced parole cards in EB3, but we didn't use them. Currently, my son is 20.7 years, but his age has locked. Now my date is current as per EB2 FAD. If I apply a new 485 for my son, will it lock his age?
Since he is under 21,
right?
Okay, and your final action dates are still current, and you said he is 20 years and 7 months. So at the most, you'll be filing the 485 application in February. He's still under 21.
Yeah, I'm assuming,
so if you file 485 again, he is still locked. He was locked in EB3, and if you get an EB2 also, he's locked. It's good. You're checking that will he be locked in EB2? Because what happens is that he may be locked in EB3. If he doesn't get locked in EB2, he'll be in trouble. But in your case, though, he is locked in EB3, and if you file the application again, he will be locked in EB2 also.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Good to know, Andy. All right. Okay, let's try this caller one more time. Caller with phone number ending in 7163. We're ready for you. All right. Unfortunately, I think our caller is unable to join this call. But guys, for all of those who are watching, I know we have many callers and many people still on the live chat. Thank you so much for being here. But unfortunately, we're all out of time today. But do not worry. We will be back with more Brahmastrams and more revelations and more fun facts and Dhamakedar topics next week. Rahul Garu, thank you so much for joining us.
Test Prep Pundits, a synonym for success, and a home to top 1% scores. Congratulations to 𝐀𝐓𝐓𝐎𝐑𝐍𝐄 for achieving SAT score 1570, Farah Khalil 1540, Kunal Varma 1510, and many more top 1% scores. Join our Christmas SAT ACT free boot camp on December 23rd and 24th for high school grades 9 through 12. or middle school grades 7 through 8. Also win Visa gift cards. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com or call us 844-383-7844. Visit us, www.testpreppundits.com.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com or call us 844-383-7844.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం TTA ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూ జెర్సీలోని కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్ లో మే 27, 28, 29, 2022 ఈ 3 రోజులు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. ప్రముఖ వ్యాఖ్యాత సుమా కనకాలతో పాటు మరెందరో సినీ రాజకీయ ప్రముఖులు విచ్చేయనున్నారు. అంతేకాదు ప్రముఖ